Good luck. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Fresh boot tracks right here either that I'd seen. I think that's a tom track. It looks pretty big. These turkeys are generally pretty small. That looks like, I don't know, yesterday or 2 days ago probably. Been since the rain, which was 3 days ago. We haven't heard anything over here, but it's a good sign. We'll definitely be marking that. Almost makes you think it's not. It's definitely a tom track that we saw earlier, though. If that's a hen track, because that thing's tiny. So, yeah. Let's just duck in here for a little bit. I'd say we shoot a good chunk of this. We'll just set up right here. Start finding a bunch of turkey tracks right in the habitat that we've been looking for. Shorter grass. Wind just picked up, so that's not great for gobbling, but we're gonna just sit up here for a little bit. It's not that late in the morning. We might pull a tom right back out into this opening because it looks like one was here this morning. We got a couple deer bedded over here. They're being real silly and not looking at all in this direction. Wind's in our favor. I gotta just get some practice in. Not very often you see a bedded deer, so I'm gonna see how close I can get real aggressive on them. You wanna come with? I'll stay here. Okay. I think they could have tried a little harder than that. It looks like there might be turkey tracks right there, but I can't tell if it's turkey tracks or if it's just other bird tracks, you know. I don't really know how you know. Because, like, there's obviously other birds right here. Pretty decent size. We're finding a lot of tracks. I mean, we've been at it for hours now. We've covered probably a lot of miles. I'd say we're around the 7 mile, 8 mile mark at this point. I mean, we found several sets of tracks that are pretty fresh, so I think the goal is going to be to come back into this area and listen. If you look over here, you can tell there's some big trees. And that's what we've been targeting on the map. You can see there's real tall pines. Occasionally there'll be one of these oaks in there, but on this side it's all burnt. So if you look over here, this stuff's all burnt and it's way, way shorter. Must have been a fire that burned a huge area. We didn't know that. We were targeting what used to be big trees there, but now we realize they don't start until down here. It's a good thing we got out here and walked it though, 'cause now it's just a matter of getting back in here and listening early in the morning. As you can tell, the wind's up. It's really hard to hear anything, so we're just covering ground trying to find where there's sign. That way we can go back into an area with better conditions with more confidence.
That's when you knew.
That's when I started feeling fire. When I started looking down, there was things. Oh, there's one right there.
Right there. Come on. Okay.
It's not good. Dude, that was so stupid. I'm sure my tack was just laying right on him. Not a fan of fire ant. But, you know what they say, that you go through. Oh! We're 8 or so in at this point. Decent morning start. I don't know, we eventually hit where people are coming in from a different direction somehow. We gotta figure out how they're coming in, but like, we found a bunch of turkey sign. We have to settle for chicken today because we can't figure out how to hunt these turkeys correctly.
Looks good.
Looks pretty good. Could be worse.
What are you doing?
Working on Catman's Cribs episode. Pretty funny.
Is it?
I think. I don't know if anybody else will, but I think it's funny.
I feel like that deer looks that small. Do you think?
It's a bigger doe.
Those ones I got close to earlier today, the one was small and then the other two were big. I didn't know there was 3 of them, by the way. I never saw that fawn until I looked at it. That wasn't bad. Alright, this is our camp here in Florida. Kind of our setup for the day. We hunted this morning, didn't see much, saw some tracks, which is kind of in the story, but this is nature's office. What we're doing is just all plugging into this generator. We got the generator over there in a different campsite. And we're just sitting in these chairs editing, kind of bed shifting with the shade. You know, just trying to stay in the place.
Keep the glare off the computer screen.
Yeah.
Little therapy every once in a while.
Yeah, just kind of break up the sitting around. But this is our camp. We'll give you a quick tour here. So this is Ted's setup. He's just using the turkey vest. So that's working well. I've got this little chair. Over here we've got the tent.
Not much to say about those.
Yeah, the tents. You guys have seen those before. And like, we're just basically living out of this truck. This is where we got water. We got the cooler in there. And we just got miscellaneous junk laying up there. We got empty peanut butter jars. Toilet paper laying around. I mean, we'll shut all this up before we go to sleep, and pretty much everything that you see other than our tents goes back in there, and then we take it with us when we're hunting. That way, if we need to eat or just, you know, make a day out of a hunt. This is pretty great for cooking. If you shoot a turkey or something, you can cook turkey on something like this. Every once in a while when we're not hunting well, we eat chicken. That's what we've been doing here on this trip quite a bit. Eggs and stuff like that are pretty good there, and then a lot of nights too then. We're standing right here using the jet boils, making some sort of freeze-dried meal. Jet boils are basically just this little stove. Use this burner here, and it just boils water, which is great for eating those freeze-dried meals. You just pour water on top of them, and you're good to go. It's pretty easy. It's pretty stress-free. So when we're in a rush or it's late and we want to go to sleep, we do that. if we get some more time, we're hanging out at camp, editing or something, we'll use that stove and make a little bit more of a meal. Today, Ted cooked us raw chicken, and at first I was like, no, you're fine, Ted, that's good. And then about in the last piece, I was like, that is pretty raw in there. So the hope is that we don't get sick tomorrow. There's a chance.
I'm starting to feel it a little bit already. A little bit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, when we've been hunting, we don't do many showers, but one thing that we do is kind of wipe down with wet wipes. Occasionally, if you find a place where you can refill water or just kind of rinse your hair down. I know we got some good quality footage of Gooch and Hayden doing that. It took advantage of running water, got a shower in.
Jake went and used the hose earlier.
We really just don't take many showers out here. And that's just the reality for us. I mean, we're day
7.
It doesn't even matter at this point. So
We don't spend a whole lot of time in camp.
facial hair is getting rough for all of us here. We're gonna have probably some dye coming in here soon.
Definitely.
I feel like that's the only future that I have. I'm editing video from this year, and I had been editing video from last year when I had the mustache, and it just don't look right. So we're gonna have to fix that. But I guess if anybody has any questions about what we do, leave a comment. Maybe we'll cover it in the next video. But when we're out here camping, it's pretty basic, and it's a lot of living out of the car, hoping that it's not raining, because if not, you're stuck in the tent or in the truck, and that ain't fun. So we'll be back at them in the morning. We got a little bit more editing that we're gonna do tonight, and then we'll be hunting tomorrow. Maybe hearing some birds gobble.
I doubt it. But
I doubt it too much. Well, I think we got about, a mile and a half probably, and it's through some water, so we're gonna get going here. We probably got an hour and 10 minutes till daylight. This is where we were yesterday when we found all those tracks. Hoping that there's a gobbling turkey back in there. It's definitely the most sign that we've seen. Probably some pressure back in here. There was boot tracks there as well. There's nobody going in where we're going in, so hopefully we don't bump into anybody back in there. But I feel pretty confident there's turkeys there. It's just a matter of if they're gobbling and we know what they're doing. If not, we'll probably just set up in that area and let it get daylight. But through the water we go.
I got my gaiters on and Crispies, but fixing to get wet.
It's getting completely freaky out here. I'm probably getting close to a mile in here. And just pitch black out here, but you can just barely see the sky. It's cloudy. Stars are starting to break through. It's real humid, but we gotta be able to see, so we're gonna keep lights low. Not putting in our head if we don't have to. Crawl through this water. We got probably half a mile left. We're just rough and black all of us. Guess that happens out here in the burns. Well, we're set up there. These tracks are all right here. We were set up just a few yards back there. We had some guys come in, which is what we thought may happen, but they left. We were gonna jump up and talk to them, but they just took off. I think that there might be a chance the turkeys are further down. Just the way that I think most people are accessing this area puts everybody right where we set up this morning. That's where the hunter tracks are close to. I think over here, though, it's really boxed in by water, and it's a longer route to get to it because I just don't think many people are crossing the water. We saw tracks here, and then we saw tracks back that way. And I just think that might even be deeper, so I don't know. We're gonna go check it out at least and just sneak along here. Go back in there and see if we can hear something or see something. We're probably just gonna try to do a little bit more glassing into these open areas today and just see if we can see a tail fan or a head sticking up. We'll also be listening for the spitting and the drumming.
Pretty whooped. I'm feeling pretty whooped. Feet are tired from just standing and walking so much.
Mine are wet.
Wet. Yeah, yours are wet. Mine are wet. What we figured out at this point is that there's definitely turkeys on this edge back here, but there's also a lot of hunters. As far as habitat goes, they want to be in places that's not too thick for them to walk. On the edge of the tall grass where the water just dried up. They can walk there. There's a lot of sign there. And then the other thing that we're noticing is if there's dried up cypress, they can walk underneath those freely. All the other timber around here is just thick. There's some patches in the pines where the palmettos have like open areas within them. I'm sure they can fly down into those places, but they're really hard for us to get to, especially early in the morning when it's calm still. As it gets windy like this, I think we could get away with it in some situations, but then it's also just really hard to hear over those palmettos. So, I mean, our tails aren't tucked. It's just definitely like a process of figuring it out. It's fun. We're learning. I've definitely never hunted turkeys in anything like this, and we're gonna head back, help Jake out with the editing. That's what he's been doing, and probably talk to some fellow hunters on the way out and see if anybody's doing any good. The day will come when the turkey will gobble, and then we're gonna be in them. Like I said, tails aren't tucked yet. It ain't that scary out here. Unless you let it get to you.
You gotta go fight off the gators and pythons.
Whatever. I'm dying to see a python.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna immediately chase that son of a down and I'm gonna shoot it right in the head. 2 shells in here. 1 for a turkey, 1 for a python. Got some backup in here too, but we won't need those. Sick of hair. Does that hurt?
No. I know what I'm doing, so.
Absolutely.
I think that's good.
Yeah, let me see.
That's pretty long.
You want a rat tail? You look like the rat tail type.
Do I?
Yeah, kinda.
If you get one, we'll just call you Rat Tail.
Please.
No.
Mohawk rat.
I just want it out from my ears.
Yeah, I got it. I know exactly what you want.
Alright. That's pretty good, I feel like.
It looks really sharp, dude.
All ladies that think Ted is looking sharp, comment below and like this video.
When the guy with the mullet cut your hair seems smart.
I'm walking through that thick brush today and getting hot.
Dude, I'm picturing a rat tail. You got a little hair hanging off the back of your neck, dude. I'm picturing rat tail right now.
I'm thinking 100% rat tail.
How is it? Feels pretty good.
Yeah, just get it out from around
Feels
your
like
ears.
it's got some breeze.
Got one gobbling right by camp here. Like a lot. Twice now. I mean, I could just go try to shoot him too. Yeah, I mean, do whatever makes sense. I guess maybe you should just honest that. If that's what you think, I'll just start going after him. I mean, you might as well, Jake, right? I'm not ready at all. Alright, so this bird just gobbled. Not too far from camp. I haven't even looked at the map. We saw a hen down here the other day, though, so he's probably with her. He only gobbled once or twice, and then I heard a UTV pull up. So they probably heard him, too. Go give him a try here. I was just coming back to camp to edit. There he went. He's on the ground now. Looks like he's in an opening out there. It's not a very big one. And I might be able to slip right in there close to him. Grab it. Keep acting like that, he's gonna get ate up. Gotta find somewhere to get through this wall at him. Here we go. Well, that bird kind of shut up. He gobbled one or two times on the ground that I heard. And as I was moving in, I heard a UTV pull up, or a truck pull up to the north up there. And that's the direction I heard him gobble. And then I sat down for a little bit, and I heard him gobble again, and I was going to start moving towards him, but then it sounded like somebody was hen calling right between him and I. So I'm going to leave him alone, I think. I think there's somebody between me and him hunting him. They must have heard him too. He was right off the road this morning, somewhere right up in here, and they must have pitched down to the north. He gobbled 3 or 4 times, so I guess maybe if we don't hear a gunshot today, maybe go set up in there somewhere this afternoon and hopefully catch him coming back in there to roost maybe. I don't know how consistently they roost around here, but there's a lot of really nice openings in there that I can see him strutting around in. But the boys will be happy to hear they're gobbling somewhere. I don't know how happy they'll be that they walked all the way back into that place, and I don't think they heard anything, but At least we got something to go off of now. That's the first gobbles we've heard since we've been here, so things are looking up.
Well, that ain't a bad sign. So I'm driving down the road and I just look over and I seriously saw the tiniest little flash of black. And I was like, I bet that's a turkey running through that grass field. I'll be darned if it wasn't 2 male birds. I called Jake. Jacob. I'm driving down the road and I look over and there's 2 toms running through the field.
On public?
Oh yeah.
What's up?
Gobbling. They're going to be. Dude, I was driving just super slow, taking my time. Look over and I just see black. And I was like, well, it's a hog, deer, or panther. Either way, I want to see it. Backed up and it's just like.
What do you think?
Hope we get a couple of sills down, boy. That'd be great.
I just saw them flash out there and they ran right to that point. So we're gonna just drive past them, kind of come in this way, I think. It's just gonna be loud, that's the only thing. I mean, we're gonna have to, hopefully we can make it to that timber line right here, do you think?
The inside of this looks pretty open. They were headed this direction. This is a pond. This is that willows you're seeing right there. I don't know if we should try to get to here and set up on that edge where they might come out there and there, or try to push all the way up to there. I feel like this might not be a bad spot to start. This is definitely the stuff they want to be in now. And that stuff that we walked through before we hit this pond was really good. Did you get it?
He's average at best.
Yeah. You said you haven't been doing well.
Not really.
Tighten up, bud. That's all I can tell you.
Turkey. Yeah. Can you imagine? Friends, aren't they?
What they're doing, actually, they're using that as a decoy. They're decoying us. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today. It's been a pretty eventful day. Feels like we're getting closer. But back after them in the morning, we gotta go get some water, though. So we gotta drive a long way just to fill up water. In this exact situation, 3 or more of those 5-gallon jugs would be better than just 2. But hey, there's no water here. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta drink.
Best day yet.
Best day yet. Day
Got pretty crazy today.
Yeah, it got pretty crazy. Jake heard 2 gobbles and I saw 2 toms.
They got an awesome haircut.
That's sick, dude.